Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a wellness plan with me, plus I'm going to insert some vlog footage. I got some feedback from you guys and you like seeing how I live my life day to day, so I'm going to insert some things about meal prep and exercise and activity and self-care as well, because I kind of want to focus on overall wellness. So this plan with me is kind of in the middle of the self-quarantining COVID-19 situation. So I want to kind of just reiterate here about total wellness. I really am not focusing on weight loss right now. It's not my priority. I just want to take care of myself in the best way I can, physically and mentally and emotionally. So in order to do that, I need to eat right. Well, I need to eat well as I can. I also need to acknowledge that I'm going to want to have some treats, and I need to get moving every day, and I want to close my rings on my Apple Watch, and I need to also do some intentional self-care. So that's what I'm going to focus on in this video, and we are ready to go ahead and jump into the plan with me part. Now I have my EC folio here. I recently did a new setup. I will link that down below for you. So if you're curious about my new little setup here, it's really cute actually. I did kind of a art theme, crafty theme, and I really made sure that I picked some quotes and things that are really like speaking to me right now. So we're going to go back here to my wellness log. I love this quote by Glennon Doyle. I have met myself and I'm going to care for her fiercely. I chose that specifically because that's kind of my theme for kind of this weird time that we're in right now. So I'm going to get this out of here and put this off to the side. I also have here this happy planner book called Stronger Together. I really like the message of it and I just think it's really cute. So we're going to use a couple of these just to decorate the spread because I like to decorate and I think it makes me want to use it more. So I do have some notes already of what I want to do this week, but I still am kind of figuring that out. So let's go into, this is the current week right here. So it is Sunday when I'm filming this, kind of pre-planning for the next week. So this week was, workouts were like on point, like really good workouts, close my rings every day. Well, I will, I promise. But sleep-wise, not great. And I definitely overindulged a little bit on ordering out. I'm trying to give myself only one day, but Saturday was a complete bust. So Sunday here is going to be my reset. So let's go over here to the fresh new week and let's go ahead and set this up. Now, the way that I've been doing this the past couple of weeks is I'm doing kind of an AM PM thing over here, and then I have a section for my rings, and then this of course is my meal planning side. So this is really working for me. I have felt the need to do 2 sets of not workouts, but activities, I guess, because some of the workouts are just like a short yoga session in the morning or some intense stretching. So it just kind of depends. I'm getting a little bit back more into dance, but this is week before last, and then this is last week when you're seeing this. So we're going to do the same setup because it's really working well and I like it. So first thing I'm going to do is just set up the page. So I've got my ruler, trusty ruler right here. So I'm going to go ahead and split up this activity column into what I want it to be, and then we will come back and talk about meal planning. All right, so now that we have the page set up, I'm going to take this yellow mild liner, it's like a golden yellow, and I'm going to go ahead and just highlight a few things here just so they kind of stand out more. So we've got activity, rings, habits, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Okay, and then maybe this too, just these days of the week, just so they kind of stand out a little bit more. Okay, I like that. And then let's go over here to the meal planning side. So, like I mentioned, we're focusing on overall wellness. So one of the things that I love to do, kind of related to self-care, is cook. I love cooking so much. I live alone, so it's hard to cook for one. But this whole thing has brought out more cooking for me. So what I've been doing is getting Blue Apron every week, and I get 3 meals, and it's basically 2 portions. So I will eat that same meal over 2 nights. I'll cook it one night and then eat the leftovers the next night. So my Blue Apron box comes on Tuesday. Now this one is going to be leftover from this day. So I'm just going to carry this over. So this is Blue Apron white bean. This is flatbread. I'm really loving the meals that they're sending. It's a little bit more limited than what it normally is, but it's still all been really, really good. And it's been regular, and it's been like just kind of experimenting with some different foods and stuff. So it comes Tuesday. So Tuesday, and I have some notes here. Tuesday and Wednesday I will have sweet potato quesadilla. I do try to get some vegetarian meals, just so I have kind of a balance. And they're always so good. And then, so I'll have those Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to cook steak with mushrooms and roasted potatoes. I plan it so that because this has a salad and this is the freshest it's going to be, I always have, when there's a salad on the side or the whole meal, I will always do that as the first meal. And then I just kind of look down to see where I can situate these two. Okay, Saturdays has been ordering, that wasn't very good. Ordering out, like ordering from a local restaurant. I've been really sticking to local too, because I know they're kind of hurting right now. And it gives me like a treat meal. So I just order online and go pick it up, or they deliver, and it's perfect. And then Sunday I will cook for Sunday and Monday, and this is a chickpea pasta. And ricotta. That one sounds really good. Okay, so that takes care of dinners. That's easy. It's delivered. Perfect. Now lunch, I've been doing the same lunch all day, kind of like I would do while we're in school. Speaking of school, I am teaching from home for the rest of the school year. So that has been quite a transition. I'm trying to keep to a schedule. You know, it's weird with my rings. I used to be able to get my stand goal like easily. So easy. I'd have it done by the time I got home from school. Now, that is the one that is hard. And yeah, I have to really be conscious of standing up and moving around. Okay, so here I'm going to do AM fast. Oatmeal if needed. So if I'm like super hungry, because sometimes I'll do like really hard workouts and I will be starving the next day. So that is my backup, is oatmeal. Okay, lunch this week, I was thinking of trying to do something a little bit different, and because I'm not really having breakfast, I thought I would do a little brunch. So I'm going to do brunch as my meal, and it's going to be sweet potato and cauliflower hash. I found a recipe for it, plus an egg and some avocado. And then if I'm really like hurting and I'm really hungry, then I can have some cottage cheese. Get a little protein. Okay, and then I will just cover all of that with seasoning from Trader Joe's, the everything but the bagel seasoning. It's so good. Okay, snack wise, I've already thought about this. So I already got some berries. And then I still have some popcorn, the little bags that are like 100 calories. And then I also have some cheese sticks, like some mozzarella sticks. Not the fried ones, just the mozzarella. Okay, so that works. Let me look back real quick. Yeah, I've still got some yogurt too if I want it, but we'll just put it down. Okay, so curly hair everywhere. All right, so that's for the rest of the week. Now, this is the point where I usually take a moment and decorate a little bit. So let's get into our little sticker book here. There's some cute stuff in here, and some of them are like really like relevant to now. I really like this one. That's pretty. And I need some little smaller ones like that. And I like that. Okay, let's see what we can do with these. Okay, so I usually put this one, where have I been putting it? Whoops. Over here. Since I don't really do anything much for breakfast. Oh, I forgot to put my line down here. I usually just have like leftovers or something from the freezer on that day. And then sometimes I'll just have leftovers that day from whatever I ordered the night before. Okay, let's put this like right here. That's so cute. And then let's put this over here somewhere. And then this one, we can put that right there. Okay, that's cute. All right, so this is the pre-planning for the week. And it's all ready to go. And over here on the habits, I don't think I talked about these, but I've got my water intake. I only do a check mark, check minus, or check plus, just so I can track like if this is related to like how I feel or, you know, whatever. I do track my steps, which I do need to fill in last week's. I usually just go into my app and pull that just for tracking purposes again. And then I also track my hours slept. Sometimes I'll write a little note off to the side. But this is it. We're ready to go. So we've got our activities, AM and PM. AM is usually a little bit more chill than PM. Got my rings. We want to close all of those babies. Got my 3 habits here. And then we've got meal planning here. Now, the only thing that I may want to add this week is habit tracker. I've gotten real bad about not flossing. I'm just lazy. Really good about my skincare though. I mean, that's something at least. So I'm just going to use this one right here. Just going to throw it down here. Having something to check off just like helps me out. So if I have to like kind of shame myself into doing it, then that's what's got to happen. Okay, so here is my wellness log all planned out for next week, and I will show you progress as we go along with little vlog bits. So excuse my bare face and my crazy hair because I just don't care today. It is Friday. I have not been sleeping very well, so I just pulled my hair up and did my skincare and was out the door. So I am here at the grocery store to just pick up a couple of things. I've been going to the store every other week for like my bigger trip for, you know, everything. And then on the opposite weeks, I'll just make a quick trip to my favorite grocery store to get fresh fruits and veggies and like any random little things. So this trip is only going to take me like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to get in and out. I've got my mask that my mom made that I'm going to put on in a second, and we're going to just go grab a couple things and get back home. All right, let's go through what I got. So I got some berries, blackberries. They're my favorite. I do like raspberries too and blueberries, but blackberries was up in the rotation. I still have some strawberries from last week that I'm going to finish up first. I love getting these because they don't go bad because they're like vacuum sealed and they're handy, but they only have the 4-pack, and this was all they had. The rest was like hot guacamole, and I was just not into it. So Friday may not get guacamole or avocado, but that's okay. I got some eggs. They didn't have my preferred brand, but these will work. And then I got some sweet potatoes and shallots and cauliflower for a hash that I'm going to make for my little brunch for each weekday. And this is also for that meal. I'll have 1 slice of that. I got some green machine juice because I was just feeling like I know it's full of sugar and I don't care. It tastes so good to me and I love it, and I'm going to have it in just a minute. I got some more milk, and then I got this because I'm lazy. I'm just straight up lazy, and it's nice to have. It's easy. And then I got some spices because I've redid my spice rack and cleaned it out, and I needed to repurchase some of these guys, so I did that. So I've got everything for the week, and then Blue Apron is coming on a Tuesday. So I'm going to be prepping part of my lunch today, and I will be eating this for the rest of the week. So I'm going to make a sweet potato and cauliflower hash, but I'm going to roast it in the oven, so it's not really a hash, but it's going to be really good. I've got a shallot here too that I'm also going to add to the mix just for some flavor. I'm just searched on Pinterest for this recipe, and I will be using this one just as a basic guide, but it's going to be pretty simple, and then I'll show you in a minute how I build the plate. So this is lunch, you guys. I've got a bed of roasted vegetables, and then I've got a little piece of ham. I have this that you saw in the little grocery haul, and then I've got my egg. I like it over easy, and then some avocado and everything bagel seasoning. So this is lunch for this week. It is going to be tasty. If I do feel like I am really hungry, I can always do another egg, which is fine. But today, one felt like enough. So I got all of the roasted vegetables into a little food saver, and this is going to go into the fridge. Okay, so let's get this in here. Ready to go. I've got some fruit for some snacks later. I've also got some cheese sticks in there and some yogurt if I want it. And then this is dinner tonight, which is the second half of my blue apron that I made last night. So every day I do like to try and get outside. I think it's good for the soul and soak up some vitamin D. So I'm about to head out. I usually do between 2 and 3.5 miles, depending on the day. And then if I'm just not feeling it or it's really hot, I will come back and do a little like boost workout, or I will work in my yard because that is hard work sometimes. So let me show you my playlists and how I have that set up, and you can kind of see how I organize all of my workouts on YouTube. So I have a playlist for every type of workout, and then I have this one that's called 10-minute workout boost. So I've got a dance one, I've got Pilates and bar, yoga and stretch, total body strength, lower body workouts, ASMR for that self-care, 30-minute workouts, because sometimes all I can do is 30 minutes, and then kickboxing. This is the Yoga with Adriene playlist for April, and then upper body strength workouts, and this was what I did for January. And then short workouts, and then just general workouts. And I think that's everything. So that is how I keep track. But this little 10-minute boost one, I might do one of those today or work in the yard a little bit. So in the mornings, I'm usually looking for something a little bit easier. Well, not easier, but just like gentle. So I have this one playlist called Yoga and Stretch, and I have tons of stuff on here to choose from. And most of them are in like the medium range of time, like 10 to 25 minutes, which is really what I'm looking for. And I think today I'm thinking maybe one of these two because I'm really kind of sore from yesterday. I don't really know why. I didn't do anything too strenuous, but I'm thinking one of these two will feel good for the morning, and then the afternoon I'll feel better to do kind of a harder workout. So my blue apron box was just delivered. Let's see what we're eating this week because I kind of forgot. Okay, so we have roasted sweet potato quesadillas with creamy guacamole and a salad too. Chickpea pasta and seasoned ricotta, yum. And seared steaks and mushroom agrodolce. Is that how you say it? But that looks delicious. I think I'm going to make this one first. I can't remember what I put on my meal plan, but we'll follow the plan. I've got everything here ready to go into the fridge, so let's get it in there. So I've already talked about my playlists, but today I'm going to the lower body strength workouts playlist, and I'm going to choose something in here. I do want to go for a walk today because I like to get outside every day, but I want to do a strength workout. I'm just kind of feeling it today. So my two favorite channels for any kind of workouts on YouTube are Fitness Blender and Sydney Cummings. Those are just the absolute best. I also have a set of weights. I've just kind of built these over time. This is an old grocery basket, if you're wondering. So I've got 3s, 5s, 8s, 10s, and 15s. And this is plenty for me for now. I do want to get some 20s eventually, but these are kind of expensive. I'm not really sure why, but haven't invested yet. So I'm going to pick one of these workouts and do that and then go out for a walk today. Okay, so that was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. Maybe because I'm so out of shape. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but today, which is Tuesday, I did weigh myself, which I haven't done in over 2 months, and I've been avoiding it, frankly, because I knew what was going to happen. But let's just say that the quarantine 15 has hit hard. So I think that getting my workouts like more fine-tuned and just kind of ramping them up a little bit will help, and also keep me kind of focused on my food too, because so like food-wise, the first month of this whole thing has been, it was horrible, but now I feel a little bit more focused. So if I can do a little bit more on the workout side and also kind of fix the food situation, then I think it will all be a little bit better in the end, but we'll see. We're just taking it day by day and doing the best we can. So on the self-care end of my whole, full wellness journey, I have been trying to read some more poetry, and I love poetry. Walt Whitman is like my favorite poet, and I have started rereading Leaves of Grass, but this one is beautiful. It's Morgan Harper Nichols. I'm obsessed with her, and this book is just amazing. I've been kind of jumping around, but I read a couple pages a day, and I just love her poetry. It's just beautiful, and I love just the whole aesthetic of this whole book. But yeah, I think reading and bringing in art to this whole thing is kind of helpful for me. So apparently I won the April challenge, which was to walk more or run more than 125 miles in the month. I can't believe I did that. So even though I've had a bunch of setbacks, this is a victory. This is what I decided to have for dinner, and turns out it was exactly what I planned that I was going to have. So this is going to take a very long time, and I'm starving right now, so I'm going to have to like hold out, but there's a lot of steps. And I better get started. Well, as you can see, I thought that was delicious. And it was a little bit spicy. I've got like heat, so much heat in my throat right now. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up and put it with this plate, put it in the fridge for tomorrow night, and clean up the dishes. This is my guilty pleasure. I can't stop. I've got 2 more bags in this freezer, and I'll be eating them very slowly over the next month or 2. I'm still not fully awake right now, but I decided to do something a little bit different with my morning. I am going to do a workout, which it's W-E-R-Q. You can find them on YouTube, and usually they have like studios around the country. They don't have one where I live, but I've seen them like advertised and stuff, and I really like their whole message, and it's just really fun. It's just dance, and it's hard, but it's just a really fun workout, and it goes by so fast, which is what I love about it. But they have YouTube videos that they are posting twice a week, and it's 35 minutes, which is perfect because I can close my rings, well, my exercise ring at least, early in the morning, and then the rest of the day seems a little bit easier. So I will go for a walk later and probably work in my yard for a little bit. But that's the plan. I'm going to go get that done and get to schoolwork, and then this afternoon I will go for a walk. So that's the plan for today. I feel like I needed a little something extra today for lunch, so I added in some cottage cheese, which is some good protein, and this is looking so delicious, and I'm so excited for it, and hopefully this will get me to dinner, or at least close to it. I might have a snack, but you know, you can just kind of mix it up as you go. Add another egg, you know, nix the meat if you want to make it full vegetarian, but this is delicious, and I can't wait to eat it. Alright, so this is your midweek update. I will say that I don't know if I'm going to continue vlog footage. I might, if there's something interesting, but I think this vlog might be like a million years long if I keep going. And I think I have given you like a pretty good idea of what I've been doing. So I hope that's okay. And like I said, if there's something like that I want to include, I will. But I may just have my end of week update like right after this. Okay, so today, it's Wednesday. I went for a walk. Well, this morning I did a workout on YouTube for 35 minutes. That was hard. And then I went for a walk. I did 2.8 miles. And then I did some yard work, which is exhausting. Oops. And I'm running out of room. I'm just gonna put work. Okay, and then I haven't met my stand goal. I put on my watch a little bit late, and then I missed 2 hours this morning because I was in meetings and I just got busy. So I will get that though. I already did those. I could go ahead and add the steps, but I usually do that at the end of the week. But I'm doing well so far this week. On Tuesday, I already mentioned this in the vlog footage, but I did weigh myself and I got a little bit of a reality check, which I think is a good thing. you know, I was a little upset at first, but then we're just getting back to business and we are getting focused. That's the plan, at least. Meal planning's going great so far. I haven't even had like a glass of wine or anything, and I've eaten all my ice cream, so that's not even an option anymore. So this was really, really good. That was really good. Having this tomorrow night, and then this will be my little treat. I did not do my flossing yesterday. I just completely forgot, but I'll do it tonight. I'll try to remember. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you on Sunday, and we can look at the whole week all done. So it is now Sunday, and I am popping in to finish up this spread. I have everything filled out except for Sunday, and I'll have to add in my steps later, an hour slept, of course, because this will happen at the very, very end of the night, but everything else is pretty much done. I did just go for my walk, and I went for 3 miles. I have a little note here that my back hurts. I think I just kind of overdid it in this area of the week, and it just kind of caught up to me on the weekend. Friday it was really stiff, and then I think I just overdid it here, and it set me over the edge. So I did a little bit of resting on these 2 mornings, but still went out for a walk because it feels good to like move. So, I mean, I'm just going to take it day by day and see how it goes. So if I need to back off early next week, I can. But for now, I think I'm sticking to just movement and nothing too strenuous for a couple of days. So over here on my meal planning side, so I stuck really closely to my meal plan and what I had planned here until probably Saturday. Friday night I did go and see my friend Kat, and we sat on her lawn, and I had a couple glasses of wine, and then I had some ice cream earlier in the afternoon. I restocked on ice cream, y'all. So now I know, don't buy any more ice cream because you'll want to have it every night. But yeah, I went to the grocery store on Friday and happened to pick that up. I shouldn't have even gone down the aisle, but I don't know. I was just feeling it. And then this day I woke up and I just was craving pancakes. I don't know why, but I went ahead and made them. And then I had a really light lunch. I just kind of snacked. This stands for Fend for Yourself. And I just kind of snacked a little bit. And then I knew that I was going to order this evening. So I just went really light on lunch. And then I had some more ice cream. And then tonight I'm going to cook this meal to have on Sunday night and Monday night. Flossing didn't go so well, so next week we're going to try to focus a little more on that. But I do have next week set up, which I will show you really quickly. So it's set up same format as last week, so I'm going to stick with this format for a little while because it's working for me. And then I've already got my meal plan already done. I'm going to have a bunch of roasted veggies with some a little bit of sausage, and that'll be my lunch. I'm just going to roast it on a kind of one of those, what do they call it? The, like a baking sheet meal. And so that's going to be lunch, and I'll just meal prep on Monday. And then I've got all my Blue Apron meals set up. I don't know where I'm going to order from on a Saturday, but I will figure that out. And yeah, this is the plan for next week. I feel pretty good. I'm still trying to like stay very realistic with how I'm feeling and the situation of the world and all of that stuff. So one victory that I did have this week that I wanted to note was that I closed all of my rings in April, and I'm so proud of myself because I've only done that once before the entire like years and years that I've had an Apple Watch. So I'm very proud of myself, and I just wanted to make a note of that up here at the top because it's special. So I think that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this wellness plan with me and the little vlog that I put in the middle. I hope that was informative and just kind of gave you a glimpse into my day-to-day when it comes to overall wellness. And I hope it was like what you guys were kind of asking for the last time I did a wellness plan with me, but I enjoyed doing it, and I hope that you liked watching it. If you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. And I will definitely do another one of these in a couple of weeks because you enjoy them, I enjoy them, and they're fun. So I guess that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!